Hey guys, right now it is 8:43 p.m. Um, it is a Sunday. Tomorrow is a Monday, but it is my spring break tomorrow, so I shall be having lots of free time to do so much thinking and to actually catch up on so many parts of my life. I feel like one part is which I'm going to be talking about in this video, muses. Um, I've been trying to do an edited video of this, I would say, video podcast a little bit. I would just try to upload it because if you guys been following up with me, I've been doing so many videos like this where I literally record on my phone, and hopefully I hope that I was able to put them together once I get back home. But it's the thought stays a thought. It never blooms into actions. Unfortunately, I feel like mainly because I usually roam a little bit too far beyond the realm of the video topics and just really get sidetracked. But for this video, again, I am again roaming again, but I want to do like a very full unedited video of just me talking and just to really get me out there, and get my thoughts out. So just back to my place. I'm on my kneeling chair right now. So today and right now's topic is gonna be about muses, like a muse, right? So I've just been doing my work, applying for jobs, and I come across a video called "The Anatomy of the Muse." I'll be putting that link in the description or whatever here. Basically, it reminds me of the book I once thrifted very long ago. I actually just got it out from the bookshelf. It's called The Lives of the Muses. I never actually read those. I got those from my school library for free. It was like a giveaway book kind of week in the library, so I just snatched it. Basically, been feeling a lot, and this has been my kind of like my burning question since high school when I was applying for colleges, and I was asked, what do you want to study in the future? What do I want to become? And there's always this existential consideration that have so much weight on me because I asked my mom, and she literally told me that okay, yeah, I can do whatever I want. Sure. At that time, she knew that I was very interested in photography, as I did, and I really was interested in photography. I won awards. I've been very active. I was very active with projects, with ideas, and I felt like the muses were literally with me, in the studio and back home on my iPad, editing the photos. They were with me throughout the whole time, and they've been kind of with me again lately. So I've been observing that kind of like muse interval. I don't know, but so yeah, I've been thinking a lot about art and tech, and which is what I'm doing. Not tech. I'm doing like a business analyst, but very not relevant to art. And yeah, I want to yap a little bit about that, if possible, since I have you guys here. If not, I'm talking to myself, and that is okay. It's a video podcast. Okay. So where was I? Right. So that weighs on me. My mom knew it, but you know the feeling when she said, "Okay, you can study whatever you want," but she's like, "But I'll starve in the future. Did not make much of money." And she say, "Hey, there's this career in electricity to be like an electrical engineer that is very rewarding in terms of payroll and like benefits in the future." I literally applied and to be in electrical engineering for the whole semester. Um, Completely switch out. I immediately changed my mind within the first 2 weeks and decided that okay, if I cannot do art, then I think I'm gonna do this instead, which is the major I'm stuck right now. It's a quantitative analysis basically, but throughout my whole progress at the university. I've been observing a lot of rises and falls of my muses, And I think it was up to the point that I realized that I actually hate doing art. I think it was the first, it was during my freshman year, the second semester of my freshman year. I was in a photography course, and I see myself, I'm like, okay, I got the opportunities, I got the people that love art to be surrounded with, I got a good art critic, art teacher, I just got people to kind of like ramble my thoughts and ramble my interests about, photography wise and like art and doing projects. But the muse is not there. The muse like disappeared. I feel nothing but boredom. Like it was up to the point when I recognized it. It was when I was in the studio for like a quick class time, and we got like some 15 minutes after class, just like as like a spare time. I literally pulled my friend over and say, "Hey, pose for me. I have something. I have this very interesting idea to kind of throw up flowers and like vase, in which I'm doing a lot back in high school. I was trying so hard to strike up the muse again, but I wasn't like thrilled at all doing the whole thing for the process, and I felt really, really out of place. I don't know, like it was up to the point that I kind of talked to my artist friend. I kind of talked to my teacher that I no longer um, feel fun doing art anymore, and I thought that that was my hobby. That was something that I always wanted to do, and the muse wasn't there. The muse wasn't. I was so strongly convinced that photography left me. It's like it sounds cringe, but it really is. I felt like photography left me, and I felt really no emotion doing art even, and that photo, the one I took very very quickly in the studio, got into photo vogue, selected on my portfolio, which is approval from the people, right? And I literally felt no emotions at all. Whereas comparing to the first photo I got into photo vogue, I literally jumped out of excitement. I screamed. Uh, it was a lot for my high school self to basically have something tangible for my photography careers. I remember back then I won awards. I got published to Photo Vogue. I got published into magazines. I even won my school awards first place. Like of like all the art contests and the art contest. Well, bring back a little bit. The art contest was my school's annual art competition for all art categories. So there was a one prize when it dedicated to be the best piece. So they consider all categories. So my photo won best in photography and then best in show. It was selected by another artist, and I felt the immense honor. I was shocked. It was like I was confirmed, rather, I was confirmed that, oh, I could do this. I could make something out of myself. But then got to college, and all the decisions and the COVID ships went down. You've been with me, like I was just in a very dark place during COVID, and I only only cling to photography as literally my only thing that gets me out of the house and gets me excited for school, because I get to do photography, I get to meet people, I get to, work on my art, and I really see art at that time as my salvation, as my escape to whatever the fuck was happening back then. It was a really dark time. Um, I'm like, I'm very fortunate that I made it. I made past it. I stayed sane. I didn't do anything too reckless. Very very grateful for that. But I felt like because I cling on it for too long, I use it as my form of very extreme escapism. It just I was yeah. So I think because I was too high up there, I want to warp, and I use it as my emotional escape. And I was very successful with it for like a while. So it was that beginner's high, literally, and things kind of start to fall downhill from then until recently it started to get a little bit better. Um, so I was convinced that photography left me. I don't feel any thrills, and it was up to the and I remembered that there was one time I was decided to not follow any techniques that I used to love as like a kid in high school. I'm like obsessed with double exposure. I know my photography is still like shit right now. It's no one knows about it. But if you've been with me and you've been, seeing all my shenanigans with photography, you cannot see that I'm very inspired by a Vietnamese artist called Jirong Yang. So I kind of like cling to that double exposure effect, that emotion blurriness kind of deal. So I was really really into that. Right, I was really really into that. Still now though, but um, um, back forward back a little bit, I literally told myself to not do any of that and to basically force myself to do something new, to do something that I do not want to associate with my past self anymore because um, I I freaking hate it, and people seem to like the double exposure more, and not liking my not really reacting much to the current style that I'm trying to implement, that I'm trying to explore, in which really makes me sick to the stomach, sick to my guts. I'm like, well, fuck them. Like they don't like. They don't like what I'm doing right now because they don't understand the progress to get there. I was very mean. I was very mean in my head at that time, about the way people critique the arts, about the way they experience arts. I thought that I was so mean. I thought that this makes too. Well, I wasn't mean at all. I was just new to this shit. Basically, I'm not mean. Yeah, feel like myself in the past was very, very, very what's the word? Very fast to make a decision, to make like a okay, A is A. Let's move on. Basically, I was too quick. I wasn't slowing down enough. It was only until recently that I started to slow down a lot more, like intentionally, and not just like vroom vroom to everything, to every single thing. um I felt like a huge part of it was because um I was I was on a very lonesome path during high school, and it was COVID too, so I was not near my family, nor I had the chance to see as many people as I could have. So it was a lot for myself to take in, and for myself to just swim through the fucking deep ocean of adulthood, of like I mean it was so bad up to the point. This is not really about the muse, but maybe it is about the muse, but it was up to the point that I literally told myself that it is not fair. It is not fair for me to experience those things while the others are being literally caressed, being literally like cared for by their experienced ones, like the parents and the siblings that know about the process, that know about all these events happening. um so I think that's why I was always quick into like making things done, making things perfect, because I'm scared that if I don't do it quick enough, I won't have it for the future, and it just ruins the whole thing. So because I have to always constantly do the parts that um, were I was I don't know what to put. I don't know how to put this, but I always do the part that I need and not asking for help, because I I was surviving. I thought that the way I thought that was the way to survive, and that's the way to basically pull myself together, because I've built such a strong image of me, like immigrant international student, and I was also the fucking student council by then too. I don't know why I fucking applied for it, but I was voted to be the student council, and so those mounting imaginary responsibilities that I mistakenly put on myself. It was a lot. It was a big toll for me to take in as a child, and I feel like it never fully heals. But at least I'm grateful that I'm open to talk about it and acknowledge it. That's the first step to basically heal everything. I acknowledge it, and I think he's getting better. Like me is getting better. Yeah. Um, and I think that also associates with my muse for photography. Yeah, that was like recently. The muse is kind of coming back because I literally was so into finding like an internship in which I am still finding. Fuck, they haven't responded to me yet. I don't know what I'll be doing for the summer. I'm like lost. I literally spend my days hopefully searching for an intern, a good intern. I mean, I'm still working as like a researcher, a scholar researcher, but I do want like a big intern that I feel proud to be a part of and just, motivate myself to do something. Well, maybe I don't need an intern. I don't know, but I want one. You know what? And so as I was saying, see, this is why I don't post videos often because I always get fucking sidetracked. Anyways, so I was so into doing these major stops, and then all of a sudden, all the photography gigs are literally coming at me for no fucking reasons. So one of my friends, who I asked them, I can't even call her my friend. It's more like an acquaintance. It's more like a new friend. So I met her and her friend as like at it was like a welcoming event for the school, like fucking 3 years ago. We never talked, but we follow each other on Instagram, and it just kind of stays that way until then. And she reached out and she said, "Hey, I know you do photography. Um, would you be down being a BDS photographer for the set I'm working on?" She's in films. She's studying her master right now, and it was like her thesis film. So she said, "Hey, do you want to be a part of the PDS photo?" I'm like, "Sure." It was very last minute, so I was only able to do for one afternoon, whereas they are supposed to be filming for like 3 days. So I've been on the set, doing photos, and the photos are turning quite good actually. I'm surprised, and also within these few weeks, my friend reached out to me. She's getting married, so she very interested in doing like a pre-wedding photo shoot. So I'm like, hey, come in the studio. And also, with my classes going on, this is something that I make myself do it, to give myself the excuses to be in the studio and to be making art. Seems to be working. Okay, so yeah, so basically I'm coming in to the studio next week for a fashion photo shoots, and um, there's this one um, one person from the props department in the theater division building. So usually I emailed her, right? I emailed her like a couple months back. Never got a response, unfortunately. So I was like, okay, it's okay. Maybe she's busy. She has to care for the performances, so it's a lot right now, and it's okay if she doesn't, get back to a student. Blah blah blah. But basically, I reached out to her, and she somehow responded back to me within the day for this photo shoot coming up, and I went to the studio, got props, which is like a bunch of carpets, and basically things been flowing. I feel like opportunities, and also like the card access to the building too, because there's this form you have to fill out for the after hour building access. So and I got that approved. It didn't approve me last time when I did it because there apparently something wrong with the application that they do not see my forms at all, but I somehow remember to do it um, before the break. So I now got access to the building, in which means I can always access the building to the studio. And I don't know. I feel like the muse are coming back. I don't know if this is a good thing because, like, honestly, I would love to work as an art photographer, to be on set, to directing art, to study art, and I think I would thrive so well if I were back in Ho Chi Minh City, but I am not now, so I'm just making the best out of it. Um, I always aspire, I always aspire, like aspire, yeah, that's the word, aspire people who actually do fine art photography because I think they're so knowledgeable about the artists, about the the cultural meaning behind, you know, symbols. And I always think it's fucking fascinating that people learn those and they connect those and they can execute a task so flawlessly. I remember there was one guy I talked to. He's studying I think it's research photography at like a very cool school in Ho Chi Minh City, and I remember him telling me all sorts of things about photographers, about histories, about knowledge, and his POV on the current magazines and his works, and it fucking appeals to me. Like, it is incredibly awesome that he got to do it, and do what in that conversation I was able to see a different version of myself doing the exact same thing and achieving things like that, and having the knowledge to talk about it. And at that time I was so convinced that okay, the muse have fucking left me, the photography left me, it didn't stay with me anymore. And during that time too, there was a movie about a very famous musician in Vietnam, Jin Gong Sung, and there's this famous quote that he also said that I've been kind of referencing lately. I mean, not lately, but in this video, that I feel like music has left me. He told that to the press when he gets old and he couldn't make music that he thinks is good anymore, and it resonated a lot with me. I don't know what exactly that it resonates to, like my 19, 20 year old self, knowing absolutely nothing about the world and about the art, about anything. I don't know, but the emotions were real. I kind of wish I was journaling all these thoughts now. Um, I only come to my journals when I feel either depressed or I feel like I need something to write down because I was feeling such a strong burst of emotions and I had to vent it somewhere. Not physical because I want to express my thoughts, to organize them. So I don't really, you know what? Starting tonight, I'm gonna start journaling. I bought a pen today at a farmer's market, flea market. It's a very nice pen, so I'm gonna start doing that. Don't know how long it's gonna take me, but I'm gonna start doing that. And I also gonna be reading this book as well. Um, from what I understand, I know that I know for a very basis level that muses in history are 9 women. Oh, it's written right here. So, the 9 muses are Hester Trell, Alice Brindle, Elizabeth Siddle. Okay, oh wait, no. You know what? I'm gonna read this. I don't think I have enough knowledge to talk about it. Okay, I'm gonna read the fucking description behind it. Okay, so in this spirited and provocative oh collection of biographical pieces, National Book Award finalist Francine Prose explores the complex relationship between artist and muse. Okay, growing on diaries, photographs, letters, memoirs, and interviews, Prose looks at 9 women who fired imaginations of some of the most inimitable artists and thinkers of the 19th and 20th centuries, to reveal the complexity of these affinities and to illustrate the muse in all her guises angel partner, ingenue. What is ingenue? And master. Okay, okay, that kind of makes sense because um, there's like a list of I say characters in the movie, and two of them are Yoko Ono and Gala Dali. I know for a certain level that Yoko Ono um, was very intertwined with John Lennon. Um, I don't know much about them honestly. I mostly only know about them through the photography that Andy Leibovitz took of them. You know that creepy photograph of John Lennon basically stick to her, like a part of her. Yeah, and also Galadali is the late wife. It's a sec. No, not the late wife, but she's married to Salvador Dali, which is a very famous person. You know what? I don't have enough knowledge to talk about this subject, so do not listen to me. Go Google them because I think I'm gonna do the same. But I'm gonna be reading them, and I will update you guys through my progress. I think I'm gonna start doing that one thing that a guy does. I'm gonna read basically a chapter and summarize the chapter to you guys because who makes a more perfect audiences than you guys, right? So I'll be reading a chapter of this book every week, and I'm basically discuss about it to you guys and take you guys on this little journey with me to find my muse back. And yeah, I will also update you guys with the photographs next week if I decide to do this video again. But it is almost half an hour long. I genuinely have questions for those who actually stick up to now and literally stay with me. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Thank you for not judging me. Thank you for being with me, and thank you for basically hearing all of this gibberish, resentment, vent, and filled with confusions and ignorance of a 21st, 21 year. Shit, I'm 21. Of a 21-year-old, very impulsive, very rebellious, very confusing, very curious artist slash aspiring analyst slash art lover. Anyways, I think I'm gonna work on a better outro and intro next time. But thank you guys for sticking around. I think I'm gonna actually post this video and just fucking push myself out of the zone and to, you know, start something new. Okay, that's enough. Goodbye, and I hope that I see you guys soon. I hope. Okay.